Hello, I'm the Doctor's Padawan, and this is my channel. I have a few interests, from music to movies to video games, but I've recently added something new to my skill set of entertainment options. That recent addition is called antiquing. When it comes to antiquing, the name implies old and broken items. But I'm not looking for old lawn equipment, I'm actually looking for something more my speed. I mainly go to antique stores looking for very particular items. Star Wars stuff. Star Wars merchandise has been around since about 1976, before the film was actually released. Fearing that the film would be a failure, the producers behind Star Wars were actually going to science fiction conventions to get people excited before the films came out. Producers were hoping to start a word-of-mouth campaign about this tiny little science fiction film. From that point, and then after the film was a blockbuster success, so many Star Wars items were made. But I definitely love to go to antique stores hoping to find those elusive 1970s, 1980s collectibles. I love to go to booths and find the hidden Star Wars items among everything else that's in there. Some days I find Star Wars items, other days I just get other geeky things from other fandoms. But it's a nice pastime, it doesn't cost a lot, I get to walk around, and I see a lot of interesting things. One of these videos I plan to actually take the camera and show you what I do when I antique, but today is dedicated to the loot. First up, we have the Celebration 1 t-shirt. For those of you who don't know, Celebration's kind of like a Star Wars convention. It's Comic-Con, but for Star Wars. Celebration was one of the first Star Wars conventions that was actually put on by the company. And as you can see, this bag is not a toy. This is a extra large shirt that has never been opened. Nor do I plan to. I've never been to a Celebration, but it's kind of cool that I have one of the items from the first one. And this is my Action Comics #1 replica. This was actually made in the 90s. It's not the original. I would have a lot more money if I had the original. I wouldn't have it. It wouldn't be here. It would be in a safety deposit box. I'm not really a big comic book person, but even I can recognize the wow factor behind this. People take second glances, but then they realize it's just a fun little reproduction. And this is my Star Trek coffee can. I don't know why they made it. I don't know if there was a Star Trek coffee brand at one time, or if this is just a collectible case. I don't know, but it's cool. It's got the blueprints of the Enterprise from the Next Generation television show. I like it. It's one of those random items that I get to have, and it only costs $2. It's not really a sentence too many people can say. I own a Star Trek coffee can thing. And while we're on Star Trek, I can totally show you the couple of novels that I got. Star Trek Across the Universe, not a Beatles reference, it's Kirk saving 21st century colonists, because we're always in need of saving. It's just Kirk doing Kirk things. Star Trek Enterprise novel, which I don't care what you say, Enterprise was a good show. I am so sad it was canceled. It's only like 4 seasons long. Now I get to relive some of my favorite characters. The Troop is dead, and that makes me sad, but at least there's T'Pol. I love those two. I was a Trip into T'Poller. That was my first ship. That was my first foray into pairing characters. It's like a good pairing. It's like a canon pairing, but, you know, it makes me sad that the show's no longer on. The 1978 novelization of Battlestar Galactica. This is definitely one of the books I prize the most in my collection. It's got new words that I use, like frack. I owe frack to Battlestar Galactica. And it's still good. I like Cylons. I like how Earth is mythical. It's a good series, and I definitely like the reboot too. And this is definitely one of my favorites. This is the 1977 Kenner Star Wars board game Escape from the Death Star. Some of the game pieces are broken, there are no rules, but it's still nice to have. It's nice to have something from 1977 in my hand. This is Star Wars. Pure, unaltered, no CGI Star Wars. Another interesting item in the collection happens to be a personal favorite because my favorite character's involved. This is my Star Wars Masterpiece Edition Tales of the Golden Droid C-3PO action figure. Open up the cover and you'll find 3PO and his own storybook. Look at that. The Tales of the Golden Droid is pretty cool. Hold on, this is interesting. The book is all about 3PO, from his concept art to his costume creation, a short story involving the character, and then a list of merchandise exclusive to 3PO. I didn't even know it existed, but as soon as I saw it, I definitely bought it. As I mentioned before, I like to find old vinyl records. Antique stores definitely have a ton of these, from James Bond to West Side Story, and of course Star Wars. Out of all the Star Wars antiques that I currently own, this next one is the best. While my girlfriend and I were antiquing, she saw this one and bought it for me for Christmas. It didn't really matter much if it was a surprise or not, because this is fantastic. This is my Star Wars beer stein. You have the classic battle of Luke Skywalker facing off against Darth Vader. The front picture is from the 1997 special edition version of Star Wars. It has the almost obligatory lightsaber handle, and when you open the lid, you find the perfect Star Wars message. As you saw, I mostly have Star Wars stuff, but I like it all. Nothing was overly expensive and all of it was neat. I have yet to find Doctor Who items, but I still have hope. But that's my video. Be sure to click like if I made you smile in this video, comment if you have any questions or ideas for me, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more of my face making faces. Well, I'm the Doctor's Padawan. Stay tuned.